We're Ben and Shelley, and we've been travelling around Australia full-time for a year now in our ever-breaking transit van Freddie. We started in Queensland, made our way up through the Territory and back down the west coast. We've just crossed the Nullarbor and are now enjoying South Australia. So follow along as we try and dodge all the BS along the way. Coffin Bay is located at the tip of the Eyre Peninsula and is famous for its oysters and stunning national park.
There's this really nice walk, it's called the Oyster Walk, and it goes all along the coastline through a few jetties. Definitely worth checking out, particularly on a beautiful day like this. There's even a nice swimming area just down there. So Coffin Bay is famous for its oysters and fresh seafood. You can do this oyster wading. A bunch of people have just gone out behind us here. We're not big oyster fans, so we've opted to just try Oyster HQ and go and try a few instead of going into the water. So let's see if we can be oyster converts or not. Looks very booked. Oh my gosh. Look at all the different ones you can get. Gin and tonic sorbet, Japanese, natto of course. So we've been told we have to try Kilpatrick, it's the best way to get to like oysters.
I've only ever had oysters once before, and they cost me $1 each in a dodgy sports bar in the outer city of Chicago, which didn't exactly set the bar too high.
I was hoping you wouldn't like it. Yum! She is. Go on. Are we mature now?
How was that?
So good. So happy we came here. Check this out. There's even a vending machine. Wow. That's insane.
Just outside of Coffin Bay is the National Park, which lies on the south coast. It boasts long, sweeping beaches, clear waters and beautiful sand dunes. We ended up having a huge beach entirely to ourselves.
How cool is this? We have the entire beach to ourselves. As far as we can see, all the dunes. It's beautiful. It's like the waves of Queensland crossed with the colour of Esperance. It's pretty sick. That water, oh my god, it's icy! I'm not sure if you can see, but the sand is so sparkly. Oh, it's so nice.
Another four-wheel drive only track. He says as something falls off in the back.
Oh, that was just my chair going into place.
I'm not exaggerating. The camera moved. This is how bumpy it is. If Zion or DJI want to send me a gimbal, scattered throughout Australia are big silos that get commissioned with works of art. And this one in Tumby Bay was by far the biggest and most impressive that we'd seen on the road, spanning a huge 2,200 metres square.
Dinner with a view.
We stopped in at Whyalla for a beachside dinner and to check out the unique round jetty that reaches out into the water. Instead of heading straight to Adelaide from Whyalla, we opted to spend a couple of days exploring the Clare Valley and the wineries. After getting to Clare in the afternoon, we managed to squeeze in one winery before sunset. We chose to visit Pike's Wines, which is set in a beautiful area and even has their own brewery too. The wine was delicious and may have gone straight to our heads.
Ooh, what a sunset!
We headed out from the winery and just caught the last bit of sunset before finding camp for the night. That evening we were treated to one of the best displays the night sky could have put on. We woke up the next morning and enjoyed sunrise overlooking the wineries, and what an incredible sunrise it was. So here's another drone montage, because just look at this place.
How can we not choose sunrise when it looks like this? Ooh. Okay, so down here is a load of vineyards and some really cool tree drives. So we've just enjoyed the sunrise from the van, and we're going to go drive down there and we'll show you what we get up to.
We headed to Greg Cooley Winery and had the best time. The owner was so friendly and told us all his tales about how the winery came to be.
Sexy.
It gave us a great feel for the Clare Valley, and it's somewhere we'd love to come back and visit when we have more time. If you're visiting the Clare region, then definitely check out Greg Cooley. It was a fun, laid-back winery with a great selection.
Even if I had a gun to my head, I could probably this one.
I want to go to another winery. Yeah. I
We woke up to a super low fog hanging over the valley. So, you've guessed it, here's another drone montage. We went to Maggie Beer's farm shop. Don't be made a fool of like me, they don't actually sell beer, but they do sell very good food and delicious looking oils and sauces. Plus, there's loads of turtles there too. We left Clare and made our way to the famous Barossa Valley, and it seemed like we had timed it perfectly. The vineyards were absolutely bursting at the seams with fresh grapes. Our first stop on our day of wine tasting was the Barossa estate, and what an introduction it was. This is the most scenic winery that I've ever been to, from the Palm-lined road in to the pristine gardens. It was just beautiful. had to wander around the stunning gardens and vines before tucking into one of the most delicious cheese boards we had on our whole lap. I actually had to stop filming or else there wasn't going to be anything left for me. We then headed inside to do the actual tasting, where they had a couple of bunches of grapes you could try as well.
Oh, that's actually really nice. Yeah. This is the Shiraz. This is not like this. Do you want to try it, Nish?
Shiraz.
That's the best one.
Stop number 2 was Rolf Binder, a small winery in town that also came with a pizza pairing. Something a bit different that we had to try. However, the highlight of the day had to be the Grand Burge. This winery had incredible panoramic views over the valley, and what made it extra special was the chocolate pairing that came with the wines. Looks like Nick and Tamara are hating all of the wines, but I swear we didn't just drag them along with it.
Don't take much. Hey, that's my chocolate. Nick, you swallowed it straight away.
The lady at Grand Burge told us about the Barossa Distilling Co., a local gin distillery in town, so we headed there for a quick taster before dinner.
Barossa, but oh my gosh, we've had the best time here. Yesterday is got to be one of our top favourite 5 days in the last year, hasn't it?
Definitely, yeah.
We went to a bunch of epic wineries. We ate some incredible food, all of the wine paired with the food, and it's just such a dense vineyard area. Everywhere you drive, there's just new vineyards to look at, and I've never been somewhere with such dense vineyards, and it was like the perfect time to come because everything was super green. And at one winery we were at, the grapes are all ready to pick, and they'd had 2 fresh big batches of bunches of grapes there, and you could taste them, and one was a Shiraz and one was a Cab Sav grape, and you could really taste the notes of the Cab Sav and the Shiraz in the grape. It was pretty cool. And yeah, just the scenery's been absolutely insane. Everyone's been lovely, and the wine and the food have been unreal. We got told about this all-you-can-eat pizza place which backs onto a gin distillery, so of course we had to check that out, and the pizza was really, really good. Like Italian pizza, very high quality and pretty good value for money. The wine and chocolate pairing, I think, has been my favorite wine experience. The wines you tasted before and after eating the chocolate, and they honestly changed the taste of the wine, and the chocolate tasted different, and that was really, really fun, and such a beautiful setting as well. When you're in the Barossa, don't miss out on walking through the town. It's a beautiful little way to spend your morning. There's some nice cafes, good donuts. Yeah, just a really cute town with some cute shops and good cafes, so definitely worth spending the morning if you're around this area too. There are a bunch of different spots to go in Barossa. We just stuck to the main area, and there's a few little like towns and small other villages sort of thing just off from it. We unfortunately don't have the time, but you could definitely spend a week or two around here. It is just insanely beautiful. But for now, we're on our way to check out Adelaide. Woo!